Pretty overwhelming, actually. Right now. It's a lot of vision in this, a lot of community spirit in this. We know this is not our store, this is your store. That's kind of what makes it really, really special, that it's so many people and there's so much effort that went into this for quite a while. You know, years of kind of visioning and planning and talking and thinking, and should we or shouldn't we, and what are we going to do with this building if we do, and you know, we landed with a great team, some real expertise at building grocery stores. I think we have a pretty efficient building. We had a pretty efficient building up there for a much smaller business that we thought in like 12 years ago when we moved from the little redwood tree store across the way. And so we felt pretty good then, and pretty quickly, you know, at least the way our story is, pretty quickly it just went crazy, and we've been trying to catch up really ever since. And I don't know if we've done it. I look out at this crowd, and I know there's millions more too that probably can't be here on a Wednesday morning at 11 to open. So I hope we've done enough here from a setup and an efficiency standpoint, and I know you're gonna love it. And from a decor standpoint, our product mix hasn't changed. We haven't moved beyond where we're at. Mark will say a word or two there, but I'm overwhelmed with, you know, appreciation and for this community, and I feel really, really lucky. Thank you, Augie. I feel really, really lucky to be in this place, and again, it's about you, and it's about our staff, and you know, we have a little bit of you know, the community workforce is important. The kids, you know, we brought on, you know, maybe 20 kids from, you know, high school age to help us. My wife, Lisa, she's out here somewhere. I want to recognize real quick. She's running the cafe and managing your children. So I won't go much further than that. We got Mayor Pam's going to come up. We'll do a little ribbon ceremony cutting, and I'll let Mark say a few words. But love you all. Thank you so much for the support. It really...
Thank you for the support. You know, I feel just so blessed to live in a community that really takes, you know, what we offer, organic lifestyle, the environment, how important that is. It's like we are so lucky to be here with that support. You know, I wanted to say a couple of things sort of in recognition of maybe like the ancestors, if you will. One is that, you know, this building is built on an old Indian village. A Native American site was here, and there was actually when we dug pipes here, we realized that we hit these midden layers, which is like this beautiful compost that the archaeologists said sort of represented habitation here for maybe thousands of years in this site, because it's such a great, beautiful spot. But so, you know, to me, the Native Americans always, to me, idealized the concept of, you know, they really understood that we are one with the land, and you can't be separate from the land. And I think that's a hugely, you know, important message for all of us that are, you know, are into the environment. And you know, it's so basic, and they got it so intuitively. So, you know, I feel very blessed to be on this site, and to, I hope, sort of continue that work and message. The other thing that you'll see when you go in is that we've really tried to acknowledge Rachel Carson in a number of ways, and she also was one of the early people. I read her book early on, and you know, much of the work of Good Earth was triggered by her great work. And you know, in this day of you know, as I grew up, you know, corporate America had taken over the food chain more and more, and it was kind of like, you know, the corporations and their pesticides and science could do no wrong. So we watched the food system like degrade to the point where, you know, even tests are now showing that our children's umbilical cords have pesticide residues in them, and some of these residues are ones that we actually know, and there's good science showing are making our kids not learn as well and stuff like that. So to me, that's always been the basic mission of Good Earth, is to always push the envelope and, you know, respect the sacredness of food and make it better and better and better all the time. And you know, so Rachel Carson is one of our great heroes, and you'll see her quotes on the wall in here in her picture and stuff. And Rachel, and we've actually named the cafe Rachel's Cafe in her honor. So I think that's it for me. I guess Al wants to say some more, and maybe Pam's going to say a few words too. Yeah, great.
One of the, you know, we didn't do this ourselves. It wasn't just Good Earth that built this building. For a year and a half or so, almost 2 years now, Rich and Geoff, you know, Geoff Koblick, Rich Hall, who own the Fairfax Plaza, right, as of yesterday, well, I guess technically a couple of weeks ago, but it has been renamed to Fairfax Plaza, no longer Fair and Selm. And Rich, Geoff, are you here? So all four of us are going to cut this ribbon after Pam says a few words, but there's two important, or the other half of the puzzle in building this beautiful building inside and out, Geoff and Rich.
The truth is, there's a whole group of investors that own the shopping center here, primarily local Marin County people, just like all you. So it's really a community-owned shopping center in many ways as well, and it took a lot of them coming up with money at key times to keep all this going. So we thank them. We're kind of the front guys, but there's a lot of people involved.
So Mayor Pam?
Yay! I feel like I must have drawn the right straw at some point in order to get this particular opening. This is actually my shopping list: milk, eggs. Jan and Sheila put me up to that one. I am so delighted to be here for this opening. Good Earth is not just a store in this community. We all know that it's so much more. And it's actually, for me, and I'm going to tell this story, it's the first reason I ever came to Fairfax. I lived in San Anselmo for many years, and the first reason I ever even set foot in Fairfax was because somebody sent me to Good Earth. And it was back when it was on Bolinas Road, and I walked into it and I was like, wow, this smells like hippies in here. I like it. And I was a little like, Fairfax is interesting. I'm a Midwestern girl. You know, I was like, this is different. 20 years. So it's grown on me. And I tell that story because I think so many people in this community have a story about Good Earth. And whether it was the oldest store or the most recent store or this store, the stories of people and their connection to this business knit us as a community. And we all, you know, have that connection. And a lot of people, I think, come to Fairfax and find that they love Fairfax because of the things that they find in a store like this. But Good Earth doesn't just make us connected as a community. It also does a lot of advocacy. Advocacy on organic food certification, BPA awareness, nutrition, plastic bags, GMO, local sourcing, you school lunches. You guys educate and change legislation, which I think is unheard of for people who run a grocery store. And beyond that, the community support that this store offers to, I can't think of a single school, project, organization, program, event that doesn't have, sponsored by Good Earth, where they've provided money or food for the nonprofits and all of our kids and people who are in our community who are doing such great work. And then, thank you for that. And if that wasn't enough, they feed us really good food. There isn't anything you can, I mean, if it's good for you, you can find it at Good Earth. You know, local, organic, gluten-free, vegan, sustainably raised, all the things that you can't find in so many other stores. So you feed us. You feed our personal lives by making the connections. You feed our community. You feed our world. You feed our organizations and our causes, and you feed our hungry bellies. So thank you, and congratulations, and best of luck.
I'm nudged forward here. So just to, I got to throw a couple of names. I mean, there's an awful lot of people to thank and appreciate for what you're about to walk into, and appreciate yourselves. You know, the town of Fairfax has had a reputation of perhaps being a little difficult when it comes to processing things over the years. The reputation should go away. After what we experienced with their support, how much effort and time at the city level that went into getting this done. There are some out-of-the-box things. You know, Mark mentioned the Native American presence here and having to get through that process, very technical process. To building codes, to fire codes, you know, it's a very complex building or project. And we were told that, you know, one of the more complicated things to build these days is a grocery store. Hospitals are up there, grocery stores are up there, so it takes a lot. And I really appreciate, Michael Rock, Jim Moore, folks from the town of Fairfax, city level, you know, Linda Neal, all have really put out here for this project to get done on this timeline. So Fairfax, thank you. I go to the project management team that not only helped the landlord build the shell, but he also helped us build the interior of the store, and I should say they. So it's CDM Construction Management, or Construction Development, and Steve Crocker is here today, John Fry here in spirit. So very, very great leadership involved in pulling all this together, as you guys have seen over the last 6 months. Not easy. We got a lot of personal friends, a lot of local contractors, you know, instrumental. Joe Brown, Brownco Construction, Terry Chaffray, and Mike from Plum Builders. Scott Hurd, the painter. Do we got some color here or what? I think there's almost 20 colors inside and out that he had to manage applying. Oh, O'Donnell's, thank you very much. So the landscaping, O'Donnell's right across the street. Thank you, Paul. O'Donnell. The landscape architect, Shelby Lamont and Gary. Great job. Fire department, we love you. Police department, I see the chief. Thanks for the support in watching the building for the last 6 months. I think we're close. Are we close? I feel like I'm running out of stuff. We should cut this ribbon. We got 7 minutes. I know my crew won't let you in before 10:59. So. Yeah, how can I forget the general contractor, Slater Construction out of Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Give me a shot. Anybody else in for video? Ribbon? Oh, plants. Deborah Amerson with design of the plants. The tree, you're going to see a live tree, live ficus tree inside the house. Mark Lockaby, building official. Oh yeah, Nick and his, what's his name? Pro-Borca. Nick Pro-Borca did these beautiful Good Earth signs. We're going to have one more placed out there next couple of days. Thank you, Nick. Oh, thank you, Jen Jones. Jen Jones. Magic. I actually witnessed magic coming from her fingertips inside this place. Literally, it just spills out. Paint just flows. From an architect standpoint, it was an outside architect. They're out of Santa Cruz. CDM has worked with them in the past. Jakubowski was the firm. Jakubowski.
Steve would put in all the cabling for you.
Steve Koros, all of our communications, cabling, telephones.
He's still in there putting it in.
Yeah, he is. We don't have everybody out. I mean, not only we're trying to get ready inside down below, but upstairs too. You know, be patient with us for the next, day or two. Yeah. We hope everything rings up. We're going to be ready correctly. I know it'll ring up. I just know it'll ring up correctly. If something comes out and it looks like it should be $2 and it's $20, we're not gouging. It's a mistake. Just be patient. Floral. We got a floral program. What? The chai. We have hot chai today. I don't know if we'll have enough tomorrow, but I think we're ready. Yeah. I think we're ready.